I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. Sean Hannity last night was ranking, they called the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, who's married. Is Pete Buttigieg's husband named Chastity or something like that? Or is I think they adopted some children, right? Somebody's named Chastity. You know what chastity is like, well, let's not get into that, but there's another word that follows Well, anyway, so Pete Buttigieg, I think his husband's name, I don't know who's who. We know he's gay, Pete Buttigieg. So Sean Hannity calls him Pothole Pete. But I got another name for him. I call him Pete Booty Booty. Anyway, so Sean Hannity was ranking him last night like you won't believe. Mr. NJ, have that clip. Go and listen about him not going to East Palestine, Ohio, with that train wreck out there. Call him Pothole Pete.
Pothole Pete Buttigieg, now America's incompetent transportation secretary. He has been utterly MIA, and in just 2 years, he aimlessly has presided over multiple airline fiascos, chaos at America's shipping ports, a supply chain nightmare that is still ongoing, and now a disaster in East Palestine, Ohio, a train wreck followed by a controlled chemical burn that released all these dangerous chemicals into the air, the soil, the water. We have dead fish, dead animals, sick people. But Pothole Pete, he's nowhere to be found. Same with Joe. And for days, he has said nothing, did nothing about a toxic fire so huge that it could be seen on Pittsburgh's weather radar. Now, ultimately, Pothole Pete, he was shamed into making a statement. Last week, he declared that East Palestine was getting more than enough attention. You decide.
While this horrible situation has gotten a particularly high amount of attention, there are roughly 1,000 cases a year of a train derailing. Obviously, they have levels of severity, but where all of that points us to is a need to continue to raise the bar on rail safety.
Oh, really? That's the answer, Pete? Train wrecks followed by massive chemical burns that kill off local fish and wildlife?
I have to tell you that, I have to tell you that the fact that Pete Booty Booty, they call him, Sean calls him Pothole Pete. I prefer to call him Pete Booty Booty. That Pete Booty Booty has not been to East Palestine, Ohio. This thing happened over a week ago. And he's not traveled to the disaster zone. I think Tribulation Trump is there right now as I'm speaking. I don't have the footage of it, but we'll get it maybe later. But how can the Secretary of Transportation, there's been this major train derailment, all these cars off the track and this fire burning, all these chemicals all up in the air and everything's smoking and burning, fish dying, land being polluted. And Pete Booty Booty, who's the Secretary of the Transportation, who should be overseeing this event, has not been to the scene of the crime. I mean, the mayor of East Palestine, Ohio, said the other day about Joe Biden, my time Biden being over there at Ukraine was a slap in the face of the people there in East Palestine, because Joe Biden, my time, has not been there either to see about the people there in his own home, his own America, the state of Ohio. So Pete Booty Booty, I think, is. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, why don't you go there, man? Let me tell you something. These people, these corporations, they don't care nothing about poor people. I tell you that right now. And it ain't whether you're black or white. They just don't care. It's about the money. It ain't about black and white. It's about green. Pete Booty Booty, the reason why I think that Pete Booty Booty has not been to East Palestine is because he would have to make some sort of declarative statement about what he's going to do. And, the environmental protection, they got this Hammack, this big black guy running around there. He represents the Environmental Protection Agency or something like that from the federal government. He's out there drinking water by the glass full, saying that the water is safe. He's a big black guy just drinking water. The water is safe. He's going to be dead. Well, anyway. So I think if Pete Booty Booty went, he'd have to make some sort of statement as well. I don't believe the water's safe. I wouldn't drink it if I were out. Anyway, a little bit more of this, and I got to get out of here. My time is gone for today. Y'all have occupied more than my time than I'm supposed to give out. But go ahead, Mr. Engineer.
just an average day. Creeks, streams filled with toxic substances that can be seen by the naked eye. If Pothole Pete seems lazy and out of touch to all of you, that is because it's true. Recently he demanded Americans trust him simply because he was once the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, where he, quote, dealt with a lot of disasters. That's what he said. Take a look.
The administration has come under some fire for its response. The mayor of East Palestine has said it took nearly 2 weeks for the White House to contact him. There were shouts of "Where's Pete Buttigieg?" at a town hall meeting last week. What's your response to that? When are you going to go to East Palestine?
Well, I am planning to go, and our folks were on the ground from the first hours. I do want to stress that the NTSB needs to be able to do its work independently. But when I go, the focus is going to be on action. Look, I was mayor of my hometown for 8 years. We dealt with a lot of disasters, natural and human.
A lot of disasters. Okay, so we did a little digging and found some of those so-called disasters that Pothole Pete was forced to manage as mayor. According to the South Bend Tribune, one of his greatest challenges was turning several one-way streets into two-way streets. That's a big challenge. Another major challenge for Pothole Pete, the mayor, well, he had to figure out what to do with all of his city's empty lots. And last but not least, his nickname, Pothole Pete, well, he has it for a reason, because under his leadership, South Bend, Indiana was home
Sean, you might do better if you called him Pete Booty Booty.